Okay, time for a little commentary. I was thinking about the historical timeline of communication. Way back in the day, people used to talk face to face, person to person. I've heard that's still done in some cases. I'm not sure in what kind of cultures. Maybe in the primitive in the Amazon or Papua New Guinea. It's a relic of modern society, from what I hear. At one point, in some areas, people used smoke signals to transmit information back and forth. That's a way to send a message of warning or of greeting, perhaps, long distances. The American Indians, I know, used this in some fashion. In Asia, there were bells that were used at times to communicate from tower to tower in the mountains, in the Tibetan mountains. Somebody would use a gong, perhaps, to send a signal, a message. As well, you can use fire, just to light a fire along a stretch and to communicate that way. Proceeding along down the journey of history, there are telegraphs that were invented. No. Before the telegraph, carrier pigeon, messenger pigeon was used. You would attach a scroll or whatever the equivalent was in those societies, perhaps in Greece and Italy, and have a trained carrier pigeon fly from your point to another destination and deliver the message. And then, of course, you would have runners who would send messages from city to city, or from kingdom to kingdom, perhaps. Along came the telegraph as a form of communication with Morse code. Morse code allowed for dots and dashes, spaces, in signal to transmit information along the alphabet, and could send from one side of the country to another pretty darn instantaneously. Next, we've got, well, of course, you've got postal mail as a form of communication. You can write something down and mail it out, and within a day or a couple days, have it arrive at the destination. Somebody decided to use telephones to communicate. Alexander Graham Bell, if I recall correctly. Sorry, Mama. Not a perfect memory on all this history stuff. But Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone and had that first famous call, and ever since then we've not looked back. The telegraph to the telephone has expanded our communication capabilities. A fax machine that came along to transmit an image of a piece of paper instead of mailing it. Now you could fax it and have it printed out on the other end. After that, some genius invented email. Instantaneous, almost, transmission of data from one point to another anywhere in the world. One day, IM, instant messaging, came along. You can look